It's got its name. Hello, hey.
Hey, it's Nay, and welcome to my channel. So today, fall is coming. Fall is coming. Um, and I want to talk about 10 fragrances. There's a lot. There's a lot of fragrances, but today I'm just going to talk about 10 of them that I'm looking forward to wearing this fall. So let's start out with one I feel like I've mentioned a few times. I haven't really worn it. I think I might have worn it once or twice this whole warm weather season, because there's no boozy note, but it gives me boozy, thick, super sweet perfection. And that is C Intense. This is the 2021 version. I believe there's blackberry syrup in here. No, black currant syrup. I always mix up those two notes, blackberry and blackcurrant. It's a lot for me. It might be blackcurrant that's in here, but it's definitely whatever, either one of those fruit thing types, and it's a syrup version of it. I believe that they only tell us there's like 3 or 4 notes in here. All I can tell you is it's very thick. I'm about to take a shower, so it's fine. It's a thick, sweet, but it has kind of a slightly bright opening. It's not gourmand though. There is something distinctly perfume about this fragrance. Then no one's gonna think like you, at least I don't think anyone's gonna think that like you were in a bakery or something. You know what I mean? Like there's some fragrances where you smell like edible, like actual gourmand. Oh, it just has gourmand touches, but this like distinct perfume vibe makes it, I want to say, grown up ish, kind of womanly, sexy. It's definitely a very intoxicating scent, and that syrup vibe kind of gives me a little bit of a booziness. There's nothing medicinal to me about this. Mm, mm, mm. Then we have this here. I think this is my favorite one. I have not smelt all of the cubes. Okay, I haven't smelt the original. And I have Ambry and I have Poudre. Is there another one? Oh, and haven't smelt any of the eau de toilettes. This smells so good to me. Okay, because I'm gonna go shower, I'm just gonna probably spray this stuff all on me. I have been wearing this to bed, a little bit, but not a lot, because it's very sweet. It's not okay. It's not super sweet, but it is definitely the sweetest one out of the ones I have, I believe. But also the almost like powdery. It's super powdery but sweet at the same. It almost gives me like rice vibes, the type of powder that I smell from it, which is so delicious to me. Yeah, it's giving like white rice powder with sweetness on it. Don't Okay, it doesn't smell like this, but think almost like rice pudding type vibes. Like it's almost like a edible rice powder, but the musk and the powderiness of it keeps it out from being gourmand. This smells so good. Oh my gosh, hold on. There's something distinctly very, 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 very feminine about this fragrance. Although I've come to realize I project this powderiness with sweetness as very feminine. I think, oh, it smells so good, and it's not. You could definitely wear this other seasons, and I have, but when it gets too hot, powder is not the smell I want to be smelling. It just becomes too much for me. But yeah, so that's that one. The next one I'm looking forward. Oh my gosh, I'm looking forward so much to wearing this fragrance. This is Alt Terrestrial number 98. This smells so good. Why does this look like this is leaking? So hold on, I don't know if you guys are going to get to see this, but it actually looks like there's a lot of moisture going on the cap of this right now. It's that jasmine sambac vanilla. It's sweet, but not sweet like what I've been talking about the last two fragrances. Definitely slightly like a sweet tart vibe, but then it gets kind of like almost like a sweet tart soaked in nighttime type of vibe. That makes no sense, but that's kind of the vibe I get. Like, it's not just like regular sweet tarts. There's definitely something dark to this that is so delicious. And there was no way in heck I was gonna wear this in 90-degree weather. Absolutely not. You've lost your mind. Boozy, sexy tobacco, sexy jasmine sambac, whatever sexy gourmand fragrances, and actually give them some bigger dents, because I just don't want to associate those type of fragrances with being stuck at home, because then they lose their allure, you know what I mean? This next one is a very affordable one. Oh, I'm sorry, and this terrestrial number 98 was a dupe for Alien. If you didn't know, I feel like most people know, but I just want to throw that out there. The next one is a very affordable one. I heard it was discontinued, so I'm very glad when I saw it. I just said, you know, let me buy it, because it wasn't for the price that other people were saying you could find it for, so I almost skipped over it. But I'm glad I got it, because now it's discontinued. And I have the bottle, and that's it. And this is Jimmy Choo's Illicit. Y'all. I'll give that a second. This fragrance right here. Oh my gosh. I actually might wear this to bed tonight. It smells so good. It's that caramel. I believe there's honey in here. There's quite a few notes in here. Sheesh. I sprayed quite a bit on my hand. Oh my gosh. It's definitely giving gourmand. It's so delicious. It's so delicious. So I recently got a decant of Chant d'Extase. And the caramelness I smell in Illicit is a similar caramel that I smell in Chant d'Extase. Except that has like some watery aquatic vibes, which seems really awesome. It might layer quite well with this fragrance. It smells so delicious. I haven't worn this in quite some time. And back when I got, as you can see, I put very, very small of the dent in it, because I like it, but it's a very... Okay, so I'm going to say, oh, it's a very basic fragrance, like, because I don't smell mad notes. Like, I know there's quite a few notes in here, but what I really smell is like caramel and maybe some things that's slightly salty. That's really all I really smell on my skin. Which is not a bad thing, because how much do I use Kayali's Vanilla 28, which is more like a basic vanilla? So the thing is, I wasn't into layering back in last fall like that, but now I am. So I think I'm going to put quite the dent in this fragrance for this fall, because I'm going to layer it with so much sugar honey iced tea. You know what I mean? I'm just going to be layering it. This next one, it has a small dent in it. I think this was one of the first, if not the first fragrance I bought when I decided I'm going to start a collection. I had a few fragrances anyway, but when I decided my new hobby is fragrance collecting, this was, I believe, the first fragrance I think I bought. And this is Replicas by the Fireplace. Look at this little dent I have in here. This is the 1 ounce version of this. I blind bought this like a spaz. Let me tell you why I called myself a spaz just now. I call myself a spaz because this is a very challenging fragrance for a lot of people. I have never worn a smoky fragrance before getting this fragrance, at least from what I can remember. And so me assuming that I was gonna like this is buck brave of me. Like, I was wilding out. However, God was smiling upon me, and I absolutely adore smoky sweet fragrances. Oh my goodness. I cannot tell you how much I love a good sweet smoky fragrance. On some people, for some reason, they just smell cigarette smoke. Absolutely not what I get on my skin. It literally, oh my gosh, I cannot wait till I can wear this fragrance. It literally smells like a fireplace, yes, but almost like marshmallowy. Like you roasted something vanilla sweet. Bum. It's, stop, stop. It smells absolutely delicious on my skin. And one thing about this fragrance, okay. The eau de toilette lifestyle, here's the thing about when you hear something's an eau de parfum, an eau de toilette, an extrait. Actually, let me not talk on extraits, but eau de parfums and eau de toilettes can be finicky. Let me tell you why, okay? I have some eau de parfums that don't last that long on my skin. And then I have some eau de toilettes, like Chanel Chance Eau Friche, this replica by the fireplace, and they claim to be eau de toilette, and they last. Let me make sure I'm not speaking full English. Yes, it's an eau de toilette, and this lasts on my skin. I'm gonna stop talking about this. I just really love this. It's amazing. Another fragrance I cannot wait to wear is Jessica Simpson's Fancy. Yes, I'm gonna spray all of these on me. Let me live. I'm about to shower. No, I did not use all of this juice. Actually, I went and looked for it. Thought I found it, but I found I Fancy You, which is a soapy smell. Went to go see my sister, or maybe I went to see my parents, and she had it. And I was like, oh my goodness, can I just get a decant or something of this? And she just gave it to me. She's like, I've had this for a long time. I'm not even sure if it's good anymore. Guys, it's still good. So it's very interesting how long some fragrances are gonna last, because I mean, this is an affordable fragrance, but she's had this for years, and it smells absolutely look at can you see the oil that I just sprayed it right here? The oil from this is wild to me. This is a slightly like fruity, caramelly, fresher version, like a type of fragrance. It's so good. It's so good, and it's so affordable. I actually truly like this. This is an eau de parfum, and I really haven't worn it like that, so I can't ever remember if it lasted a super long time. But I don't care if it doesn't, because what I do remember layering this with was Wanted Girl by Azzaro. So maybe they have a similar note structure. I'm not sure. So the next one is a Dossier fragrance, and this is Ambery Cherry, which is their dupe for Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. You don't lose the cherry in here. It's almost a slight syrupy, boozy, gourmand type of cherry that I've worn a few times. However, I haven't worn it a crazy amount of times, only because of the damn heat, and most importantly, these freaking bees. However, the season is ending. The bees are going to be beesing at somewhere else. Okay? Not on my property, not on most people's property. They're going to go take their sleeps, I imagine. Because they manage to come back every year, so they didn't just die off. They're somewhere taking some sleeps and will not be bothering us again until spring. I mean, they're still out there now, but not like how they were doing the most, guys. My husband had to come through. We had a whole little hive trying to be grown up in our mailbox. It was naturing in there. It was a lot for my soul. So I can't wait to wear this. However, this is also a fragrance I'm gonna try not to just wear, just to wear, because it's sexy. I want to put certain scent memories on certain fragrances that include like adult time. Does that make sense? Like time when I'm chilling with girlfriends, time when I'm chilling with my husband, time when I'm with, that's it. I don't really like anybody else. Affordable fragrance. And then we get into mid-price range. This is Yes I Am by Cacharel. This is one of the most somethings I've ever smelled. It's expensive. It almost smells like something that Giorgio Armani would drop as like if they were to open up. I'm not sure if Giorgio Armani has like a, maybe not Giorgio Armani. Who would drop something like this? Yes, but I'm confused. It's almost giving me the vibe of like Carolina Herrera's A Good Girl, which some people really truly don't like. It doesn't smell the same, but it's this vibe of like kind of bougie, kind of Maj Podge of wonderfulness blended really well. There's a bright aspect in here, but also super gourmand. It's really nice. And I actually kind of like, if I take off this ugly looking plastic, because this says keep for traveling purposes, so in case I wanted to bring this with me somewhere, I just want to keep it. But this right here is so cute to me. Yeah. The next one is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. And I'm not saying that lightly. I'm saying that because although, yes, I haven't gone through 3, 4, 5 bottles, or the dent is not massive in this fragrance, every time I wear this fragrance, I am so in love with it. Okay. It just puts me in a really good place, and I'm not wearing this fragrance like that because this is definitely not a fragrance I want to link to mothering, or I want to link to being home or stuck at home or being on lockdown. You know what I mean? Like, I just want only great memories, great times, great vibes. This is also one of the fragrances I'm contemplating wearing to the wedding I will be going to soon. And this is, I don't know if you guessed it, Jean Paul Gaultier's La Belle. Oh no. It is the thickest, syrupiest, I don't want to say seasoned, sugar cinnamon up. Oh my gosh. It's literally gourmand. It literally smells like a puff pastry that was, before they wrapped it up, they took a very ripe pear, bordering on over-ripened, cut it in half, took out the seeds, chopped the little stem off, then they made a syrup. They took, sugar, they made like a caramel, put a little cinnamon in there, coated that in there. I don't really smell caramel. Maybe it's like a sugar water with cinnamon and vanilla extract, and they thickened it up a little bit, put the pears in it for a little bit, maybe cooked it down a little bit, then put it into the pastry, wrapped it up, and then baked the pastry. That's literally what it smells like to me. It is show me how well my skin loves pear. Oh, my skin adores pear. My smells so good, but it's a bunch of different smells. Okay, and then the last one, I'm not gonna spray this one on myself. I have literally nowhere else to go unless I spray a leg. But this is YSL Libre Intense. Of course, I'm looking forward to wearing Libre, but I've worn Libre a few times in the warm weather. This is literally, okay, I'm gonna spray it. Ouch. Oh, so there's apparently a mandarin orange note in the original Libre. It's not very prominent for me. It's there, but it's not super prominent. It's much more prominent in the Intense version. Oh my gosh, I love orange. I love orange. But what makes this a fall fragrance more often a colder weather? I did wear this I think twice in the warmer weather, but what makes this a colder weather fragrance for me is it in the dry down. That vanilla. I believe maybe there's vetiver also in here. That is ton beer gourmand, beer deliciousness. I mean, there is still an aspect of fragrance in here that gives it a little bougette vibes. This is another fragrance I'm thinking of potentially wearing only because that sweating is real and this sticks to my skin. And I wonder if LaBelle is gonna get actually a little like polarizing because of like how warm I might get because it's a Jamaican's wedding, okay? The music is gonna be jumping. We're all gonna be jumping. We're gonna be doing a lot, I think. This is so lovely. This is so lovely that I'm excited to wear this. I'm excited to wear this. Although for me, Libre, the original, the OG, and Vanilla 28 by Kayali gives a very similar vibe. This I does believe have bergamot in it. The bergamot in Kayali's Vanilla 28 is a little stronger currently right now for me than the one in here, but it's very, very close, dry down. Spits for the fall that I'm going to show you guys. I'm super excited. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this whole video. Let me know what scents, what fragrances you're looking forward to wearing this fall. And if any of the scents I mentioned are ones that you're thinking about mentioning, let me know, Fragrance Twin. Let's talk about it. If you got to the end of this video, go ahead and drop me some leaves. I think there are emojis with some fall leaves going on. And hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.